Almarhum Sultan Haji Omar Ali Saifuddien Khairi Waddien is the person who played important roles in the realization of the existence of constitution and to clear a way towards independent Brunei. The late monarch declared plan to set up written constitution for Brunei in early May 1953. Almarhum stated his desire and ambition in his own Syair Perlembagaan. In line with the decision of the Legislative Council meeting on the 10th April 1953, a 7-member committee was appointed and assigned to villages in all districts to seek the opinion of the villagers on the plan. The committee also visited several countries in Malay States Federation in January 1954 to review the constitution system in those countries. The draft of the constitution was later arranged, and in 1957, Almarhum went to England with a delegation for an informal talks. Brunei's written constitution was signed by Al-Marhum Sultan Haji Omar Ali Saifuddien Khairi Waddien on behalf of Brunei Government, while the British General Commissioner for Southeast Asia, His Excellency Sir Robert Scott, signed for the British Government. Efforts to implement the constitution were geared up since early 1959. On March 14, 1959, Almarhum Sultan Haji Omar Ali Saifuddien Khairi Waddien led a delegation to London to discuss the establishment of Brunei's written constitution. The outcome of the talks, almost all suggestions were approved. The manuscripts of the constitution was signed by the late monarch for Brunei Government, and British Government was represented by State Secretary Lord Alan Lennox Boyd. Since 1959 until 1970s, Brunei's written constitution has brought many changes for the country, according to the needs of the nation's constitution and religion. As the result of the amendment of 1959 constitution, signed on November 23, 1971 at Lapau, the Brunei government was declared with full responsibility on the home affairs, and the government of Her Majesty the Queen was no longer intervening in the administration of internal affairs. The constitution has undergone a wider transition following the signing of an agreement on the 3rd of January 1979 at Lapau. His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassan Al-Bolkiah Muizzaddin Wad-Daulah, Sultan and Yang di-Pertuan of Brunei Darussalam, signed the cooperation agreement between Brunei Darussalam and the government of Her Majesty the Queen of Great Britain. Representing the British government was the Right Honourable Lord Gonray, the State Minister of Britain for Foreign Affairs. With the signing of the agreement, all administration aspects in and abroad were conducted by Brunei citizens as a fully independent race and nation. In line with the needs and changes of the era, as well as continuous efforts to realize the aim of His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassan Al-Bolkiah Muizzaddin Wad-Daulah, Sultan and Yang di-Pertuan of Brunei Darussalam, to form the more formal legislation structure, re-examination was carried out on the 1959 Constitution, and several changes were made on the Constitution. The amendment was signed and declared by His Majesty the Sultan and Yang di-Pertuan of Brunei Darussalam on 29 September 2004 at Lapau, Bandar Begawan.